Wish I had access to that empty earphone.
You don't need a backup page, fam. Trust me. You have 87 followers. You're good. You'll get them 87 back real quick. Oh man. You ready for this?
This is my main profile. This shit lost 100 followers in the past year. I can't get back in there, I don't know why.
Oh, you're locked out of your account. It doesn't count.
Locked out of a lot of my accounts.
You gotta find your shit, man. Stay organized.
One of
Know
my
your
cousins
passwords.
has to be a programmer to get the motherfucker to hack my account.
What the fuck? Why would somebody hack your account?
No, I said that one of my cousins has to be a programmer, so I can get them to hack my account for me, because I can't get back in.
Why does
But
your
none of
cousin have to
my
be?
cousins are like all accountants, not programmers.
You know you could jump on Fiverr
Phones
and get
are
that shit
hacked.
done, right? You can jump on Fiverr. Well,
Hit record, bro. Randomness is being spoken about.
It's already recording.
Oh shit.
Don't turn too far from the fucking thing, bro.
Highness.
Your mic doesn't go too far.
Anyways.
Yeah, and hello and welcome to the Glass House Podcast. I'm your host, Connoisseur Ghost, and today I'm joined by the homie Christopher. IVW Christopher on Instagram. That's the handle. We were actually just talking about that. He was telling me some funny shit.
It wasn't even funny. I was zoned out.
It wasn't funny to you. It was funny to me. This guy's like, yo,
This We Love Hip Hop shit's fucking hilarious and intellectual at the same time.
Yo, I just wish, not necessarily that I wish, is because, I watch them for the intellectual aspect of it and just to, stay up to date on, certain informations about the artists and stuff like that within the city and everything like that. And on top of it, like, I don't be paying attention to artists like that in the first place. You know what I'm saying? Except for like, as into like recent days and shit like that, where I've been like curating playlists for Toronto and
Same here, yo. Toronto music to me right now, like, I don't even know what Toronto looks like, so I'm just inhaling it.
That's because you're slipping on the Trust in the Trap Toronto playlist, bro.
Who knows?
I know. I'm telling you, I made the playlist. The fuck you mean? You're slacking. When we went to work the other day, that was the playlist that I was running through. All the artists on that playlist were from Toronto and shit like that. I curated the playlist 7 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
I did 7 different playlists. Each individual playlist is like an hour, give or take, a little bit longer. Hour, 25 minutes or so.
Yeah,
Curated all the playlists for 7 weeks and then threw them all together into one little fucking mashup playlist called the Trust in the Trap Toronto. And you got a whole bunch of different artists on there, and a lot of you artists need to go in your discovered on section and recognize, you know what I'm saying, where you were discovered on.
I also need to just, get up to date with this, technology, with the music scene, and get a 1-2 track slamming type shit.
Man, it's nothing. Yo, see, that's the thing about it too. That's where I was going with my conversation when I was saying about the We Love Hip Hop. I tap into them for information about certain things that are going on within the city, but they don't provide me, like certain artists that they bring on will provide you with small little details about like certain things that you could do to advance your career, or I'm saying, certain things that they're doing. And if you pay attention, you'll find the gems and the jewels, you know what I'm saying? But there's nothing actually there to say, well, yo, this is what you should do as an artist to build your career, and these are the first steps you should take, and then from here you should go here, and from here you should do this and this, you know what I'm saying? But me personally, now that we're actually having the conversation, I'm actually thinking about it, and I'm like, okay, well, I've done certain things within my artist career. I'm not where I want to be just yet, and I haven't gotten all the attention that I'm looking for, especially within things. But it all comes down to how it is that you're able to market yourself and how it is that you're able to deal with your budget. And because if you're not willing to invest in yourself, then nobody's going to invest in you. You know what I'm saying? So you have to be willing to invest in yourself, and you have to be willing to take the time and understand that, like, yo, the growing process is lengthy. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like from 1 to 1,000 is a long way, and with society how it is, there's a lot of people that might be following you here but not following you there. You know what I'm saying? Or there's a lot of people that might follow you on the internet but not fuck with you in real life. You know what I'm saying? And they
like
just
your
follow
music but don't like you in real life type people.
You know what I'm saying? Like, there are those type of people. So like when it comes to you now taking your career and going to doing live performances and so on and so forth, like, there's nobody. Yo, people don't guide you through these things. You know what I'm saying? And somebody's out there definitely trying to jack up, you know what I'm saying, some price work to get some money out of the situation. But there has to be something. So I think as I go through it and as I deal with it, I'm gonna create that something. You know what I mean? Because
reasonable.
Yeah, it's something to do. Topics going forward. So yeah, shout out to the We Love Hip Hop podcast. You know, shout out to Mr. Gutsy Guts over there and Friday Ricky Dread and big homie Gucci. Definitely a big inspiration to sit down and do my own podcasting and whatever. So everything we do here is uncut because it's a little bit easier to it makes it easier to upload. You know what I'm saying?
I understand.
The editing work and this and that and whatever the case is takes time and effort that I, by myself and alone, do not have time for. I have my hands in so many things, right from Twitch to creating music to drafting up the podcast and doing what it is that we're doing today and everything like that. So right now,
your album.
it's really about building the team. And the album?
Mm-hmm.
What about the album?
Show me what's really going on with the album.
The album's out, you know what I'm saying? The album's doing numbers right now. You know what I'm saying? Slowly but surely, of course. Album's been out for just under a month. Got over 5,000 plays. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? About This Cash is doing numbers. The track Drip is doing numbers. Big shout out to Jenny Picanti for fucking checking the track out and fucking with it, because I gave her a big shout out in the track, and I had to you know what I'm saying, you shout out some people in your music, you gotta show them like, yo, I gave you a shout out in the music, and she actually fucked with it. She turned around, she came back to me, sent me a nice little twerk video, and it's definitely popping.
Just setting that to my phone.
Set it to your phone. It's on Instagram, bro. Just go get that. It's on the gram, bro. Yo, check out my highlights. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Thunder859. She did the same thing, you know what I'm saying? The homie Jenny Picanti, she turned around and she showed Thunder the video, and Thunder turned around and threw the homie a shout out on Instagram as well. So you got 1, 2. The other 2 shorties that I shouted out on the track, Christina Fox, she's a baddie. Christina Fox is a baddie. And Chromaz. Yeah, man, I had to shout out the Chrome thing on the track, you know what I mean? Now fucking if she isn't Chrome and Big Dog, so I'm smoking the potent, touring the world in the ocean, I think they really gonna know that. Whoo! You know what I'm saying? I don't think these niggas are ready, but yo, the album is out. Yo, real thing?
My bad.
Yeah, no worries. The real thing behind the this metal thing on my neck here, and yo, watch how you're rubbing the mic. Yeah, but this this album, the reason I released it the way that I did was simply for the fact that I needed to get stuff off of my plate. You know what I'm saying? Like I needed to empty my drawing board so that I could get to the new shit. You know what I'm saying? Because I started creating a whole bunch of new music and vibes and different shit that I was on differently than everything that I had already put together. So I wanted to clear the drawing space. So I was able to start focusing on other projects and putting my time there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel you. So
So I didn't want to have to worry about, oh, okay, I'm creating this, I'm creating that, I have this project done, I have that project done. When am I gonna release this project? And okay, strategically, I gotta plan out the marketing for this and that and whatever. Yo, fuck all that. Fuck all of that. That shit was too much for my brain, too much for my head top. And I'm like, you know what? Here's what we're gonna do.
straight uncut.
On a straight uncut, distribute off everything. You know what I'm saying? And make it the fuck happen in a certain positive way. Fucking distraction technique. um, yeah, so that means more music is coming. I was saying on my live the other day, I released 41 songs.
I'm trying to start recording with you, so I'm trying to look into that. But
Yeah.
you keep,
Like I said,
me with them paid beats.
we don't do nothing unless we pay for it. You know what I'm saying? I don't sit down to record unless, like, yo, I could sit down and make songs all day. If it just comes down to straight, if it comes down to just straight, that pause there. If it comes down to me just going on YouTube, listening to songs, I could make music all day. I could jump on YouTube and make like 20, 30, 40 tracks even. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, what am I doing with those 40 tracks? You know what I'm saying? Absolutely nothing. I can't put them out without paying for them first. You know what I'm saying? I can't, like, you know what I'm saying? Producers got to get paid. And this is what it is, and I'm not going to do it otherwise. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, real thing though, I did do that with my first couple of tracks that I released, I did that. You know what I'm saying? But after I released them, and I had done that, I turned around and I was just like, okay, well, I fuck with this track and I fuck with that track, and so I went and I started purchasing up the beats then. You know what I'm saying? Like, I released my first few songs without purchasing the beats, and they didn't get the numbers that they needed to get to fucking be something significant to somebody or make somebody feel a certain type of way about make them feel a type of way about me using the song. You know what I'm saying? Especially since, like, I feel like, fuck, those were some good fucking songs. You know what I'm saying? And plus, it wasn't like it was making any kind of money, and I haven't even seen any kind of residual funds from that shit anyways as yet. Probably like 45 cents or some shit like that towards my account. Jesus Christ. Yeah, though. I just don't like working without paying for what it is that we're gonna release, because I don't want to have to deal with the legal aspect of it later or anything
I don't
like
know.
that.
I guess I'll talk off camera with you, because off camera, my bad for this. A little action. But yeah, discussion for later, and yeah, I'm just trying to get some at least five tracks recorded before I actually like cut from here. Even if you're holding them till I give you the change, regardless of what it is.
You're a high guy.
Not even.
Yo, we could get the music done. Yo, we could get the music done for real. That's like, yo, I don't even want to, like, I've spoken about this on my Twitch stream and shit like that, and that's why I don't really want to go over it on camera here, but when it comes to certain rappers and the things that they do, when it comes to like, oh, you gotta pay to work with me, or you gotta pay to whatever the case may be. I don't really fuck with certain people, cause a lot of rappers in the city don't get the numbers that I get on Spotify. And a lot of people forget that, like, yo, you can go on Spotify for artists and compare streams. And I don't think a lot of people actually recognize this. I think a lot of people are just stuck inside their TuneCore space, or wherever the fuck it is that they distribute, and they just take whatever it is that the distribution company is saying to them that's happening, or whatever the fucking case may be, you know? But I'm into my shit, and I know what my streams are. I know what it takes to get my streams like that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
I know that I have 1,000 followers on Spotify. I have 1,100 followers on Spotify right now. You know what I'm saying? I just hit 1,000 the other day, and the numbers keep growing, slowly but surely. You know what I'm saying? And if you look at my numbers on my playlists and my songs and certain tracks, these numbers reflect. You know what I'm saying? If each of my followers listen to a song twice, that's 2,000 plays. If you know what I'm saying? That's 2,000 streams. If they listen to it 2 times. So certain songs have more plays than others, and other songs have less plays than others. You know what I'm saying? But it makes fucking sense. I go to some people's playlists or profiles, fam. I actually have to touch on this one. I go to some people's profiles, fam. They got 300 followers, 9 monthly listeners. And they got 9 monthly listeners, okay? And they're...
I shouldn't be laughing because I don't have none.
2 or 3 of their streams have 55,000 streams, bro. You know what I'm saying? There's a 1-2 artist, 55.
Those are the 1-2 that catch the hook on the bait.
55,000 streams, though. But you got 9 monthly listeners. You're telling me of those 55,000 people, not a single one of them saves your song? Because guess what? When you save songs, Spotify brings them back up in areas where you can play them. You know what I'm saying? It's in your library. It goes into your liked songs. When you go to your liked songs and you press play, like, you know what I'm saying? These are saves. This is what saves do. 55,000 streams and no saves. Something wrong there. That ain't gonna make no sense. This is what I'm saying, fam. And that's the big thing for me when it comes to certain artists in the city. You know what I'm saying? So, like, there's people out here who's saying, like, yeah, it costs this much money to work with me, or that much money to work with me. You know what I'm saying? And they don't own that value. You see what I'm saying? If I pay $2,000 for a music video, and my music video only gets 200 streams, what the fuck was the point of paying that $2,000 for that music video, no matter how the fuck it looks?
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? That doesn't make no fucking sense. So people
Product has to outweigh the value.
You know what I'm saying? And a lot of these motherfuckers have no idea what they're doing when it comes to that shit, man. Let me tell you. But beyond the music and beyond that, we are Canadian based and we are in a Canadian space, and there's a lot going on in the world right now. How you feel about this vaccine passport?
I'm about it if it gets me on a plane.
What?
I'm about it if it gets me on a plane, or if I have the dollars and I want to get on a plane and, go somewhere sunny. If I want to go somewhere snowy to go, ski.
But they're not stopping you from going anywhere.
But the vaccine helps you get into, more places once you're in a different country.
No,
Yes, it is.
But other countries are not doing what we're doing.
I don't know what we're doing over here.
That's what I'm asking. I'm asking
What
you
we do
about
over
what
here
we're
is
doing
barely
over here.
publicized.
I'm asking, but this is what I'm saying. I'm talking about what's going on
We
over
get
here.
what they want us to know. But do we get what we need to know?
Well, let me give you what you need to know. And some of the things that you need to know are this. We live in a country that allows you to practice your religion. Okay? Freedom of religion is a thing.
Freedom of speech is a thing.
Yo, fuck freedom of
Freedom
speech.
of sexuality.
Freedom of speech was never a thing. Don't lie to yourself. Okay? Because guess what? I could be saying this shit right now. I could post it on my fucking thing, and somebody could feel a fucking way about what I said and take it the fuck down.
Mm-hmm.
Freedom of speech is not the same thing anymore, especially since these guys turned around and they made that bill. They made that bill, Bill C-56 or 57, whatever the fuck the bill is called. I don't know. I ain't into the government's shit like that, but
All I'm saying is,
this.
if my son or daughter ever reach 12, 13 and they say they want to switch their genders, not personally, let me just hypothetically.
But why?
I'll personally find Justin Trudeau and backhand slap him 2 times. Why? Because there's no way a child should have the right to mentally say, I'm a girl, I want to be a boy now, and force your parents' wallet to legally pay for a surgery for them to feel like they're a boy and or a male.
Okay, few things. What you're talking about is a sensitive conversation.
Sensitive, but it's more than half of Toronto's LGBTQ friendly. More than half of Brampton, more than LGBTQ friendly.
Okay.
With all the tri-boroughs, more than half of them are LGBTQ friendly. But how many of them are actually educated on it?
Educated in what way? I'm so afraid to ask. Educated in what way do you mean?
Fam, there's so much towards just whatever they label LGBTQ as. But like, a bill passed in Vancouver where technically this husband got sued by the Vancouver government because his daughter wants to be a boy. So pretty much she's gonna get surgery to feel like a boy. So pretty much they put her dad in jail twice, and now he's going through courts to pretty much justify not being put away for it, or he's gonna pay for her to get a surgery to feel like a boy. And that's gonna be legalized all over Canada based off of the fact that Justin Trudeau feels like children should have that right.
Okay. You're saying a lot here.
It's a lot, bro.
Okay, and honestly, what you're saying is very off topic from what it is that I was having a conversation
about. It's
about.
mixed into the music because, take it in.
We weren't talking
about...
a
man like Young Thug with the, not dissing the nail polish or the pinky rings. But all that, if you understand a person like that, or you listen to a person like that's music, or a person like that's music, then you'll understand, like, we have to teach, especially young black and brown boys, girls, about this world type shit, You can't just throw them in there like fish in a barrel or crab in a bucket.
Okay, but in school they have sexual education.
Sexual education doesn't teach your child how to protect themselves throughout all those things, though. Not necessarily.
Protect themselves in what fashion? What do you, like... What are you really saying, fam? Like,
what do you mean? What am I really saying?
What are you saying, fam? Like,
everything that I'm saying is what I'm really saying.
You protect them. What is the protection from?
All right. Let's say. Let's say your child teaches you, or not your child, but say you teach your child about the birds and the bees before you set them off to school. and you teach them never to let somebody touch them or whatever before you set them off into school, before they're at the level where they teach them sexual education.
Okay, obviously.
So what happens before they get to the level of sexual education? Let's just say that there's common people, common folk, who teach their kids protect yourself from harassment from ages 2 to 6 before they get to the level of being taught about sexual harassment
But that's common,
or self-defense
though, you know what I'm saying?
in grade, I don't know what, grade 5, grade 6.
But these things are these things are common aspects of situations. You know what I'm saying? Especially growing up in the society that we've grown up in, kids are taught that, like, you know what I'm saying. This is what it is. You're supposed to communicate certain things. You're not supposed to hit people, touch people in certain ways. Kids are taught to protect themselves and their private areas and private parts and so on and so forth. These are things that you're supposed to teach your kid. You know what I'm saying? Like. That's base. So like what, like outside of that, like what are you talking about? Because that's base and common that you're supposed to be raising your child in a certain way. You know what I'm saying? That comes along with teaching your child how to use the washroom and walk and common sensibilities of interacting with people. You know what I'm saying? So when you're saying, oh, we need to protect them, but protect them from what exactly? You know what I'm saying? It's
Alright, I mean, let me say this like this. For the simplest term, to protect them from themselves.
so protect them from themselves in what fashion? Like,
From, in a sense, this is why you have a cap of when you're 21 here, or here when you're 18, and for certain things here when you're 21, you're technically classified as an adult.
okay,
So pretty much you protect them from their own inhibitions before they even
hold on
understand.
1 second. You're saying?
I was saying this to protect them from themselves.
Okay.
In a sense, what your child does outside of your radius of vision is not your business. What you do in the light of your own home is not your neighbor's business. So I'm saying what you teach your child is the guidelines of where they'll push their capacity. So you just have to do your best to guide your child in a certain capacity to set them forth into school society and actual, just society.
So essentially, in certain aspects of what you're saying or what you're trying to say is that we should teach the children better, or you confuse the fuck
I'm
out
saying
of
for
me
this,
with where
I'm
you
saying
came
for
from.
this generation.
From start.
I'm
of
saying
the
for
topic.
this generation that's more fluent. For this generation that's more fluent, the her, she, him, she. Like for a generation so fluent, you have to be more sturdy on the upbringing.
Okay, why do you feel this way though?
So they'll have the most of life when they get to the legal age limit. It's kind of like, I don't know. I'll see what happens with my kids, and then I'll tell you how that works out. But that's what I personally think.
I'm just confused about what it is that you mean in general. Cause where the conversation.
I don't know. I was raised around bi
then
people, gay people, straight people, so I kind of understand the construct of the type of sheltering or protective parentage construction they might need.
Wait, what? What?
I'm telling you, fam.
What are you talking about?
We're talking about LGBTQ, correct?
That's what you're
and
talking
the upbringing
about.
of kids, no?
Okay, what does that have to do?
And I'm specifically talking about the upbringing of kids that are being raised in an LGBTQ fashion or manner.
But nobody raises anybody to be that way.
I'm just saying, in a household based around manners like that,
But that's not a thing though.
it's not a thing. But
Nobody. Okay,
you
so
can't
like,
look at a family. You can't look at a family and spot off. They have gay people in their family. They have a bisexual woman in their family. They have a bisexual guy in their family. You can't look at a family and spot that off just by looking at a family.
okay, obviously. So what does that have to do with some like nobody? Okay, but nobody raises their kid to have a preferred sexuality.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's why they have to be
So-
raised in they have to be raised in an open manner based off of the fact of how fluent this generation is with the titles of she, her, him, she, with those titles being so, I don't want to say loosely used, but for the next generation won't be, I wouldn't say, I'm not saying molding the next generation or anything like that, but like the generation after this generation won't be so picky on her, she, him, she. They'll be more solid in, what they are or what their being is. Can we get back to some hip hop shit, fam? Like, I'm getting way too technical. My head's about to get super hot with this smart shit. My bad, I just had to dumb it down a little bit.
What are you? I'm confused as to. Okay, so right now we live in this. Okay, like yo, G, I have to get through this topic or else I can't post this. So we have to get through it properly. All right. Okay, so right now we live in a society where.
Pretty much, alright.
No. Let me speak first. Let me hold on. No, because you've done a lot
I've
of
done
talk.
a-
Hold on.
I've done enough. Let me add something to it.
Hold
Let
on.
me add something to it. Let me add something to it.
Don't add anything.
Today,
Wait. Stop.
what is his
Stop.
name?
Please,
Gutta
yo,
Gutta?
G. Stop. Don't add anything right now, okay? Because I need to say some things so that you're able to
I want to say something to make you
clarify
understand.
properly. Okay.
I want to say something to make you
It's not
understand.
about making me understand something.
It's making you understand. It will.
Okay, go ahead.
What's his name? Gutta Gutta? Big Lips? Sorry, that's gonna be a nickname, just like this nigga. But he said there's a lot of straight shaming happening.
You're talking about
He said there's a lot of straight shaming happening.
Boozy.
So I'm saying,
Boozy was talking about
I'm talking about on We Love Hip Hop.
who? Okay.
On We Love Hip Hop, we were watching earlier.
Okay.
He was talking about there's a lot of straight shaming happening.
You're talking about Gutsy.
Yeah. So
Okay.
Gutsy Guts was talking about, a lot of straight shaming. So based on men
Watch
being
the
straight
board.
shamed, or not just men, women being straight shamed for, not wanting to swing that way or go by or whatever, they're judging or putting a label on them. So I'm saying, in this society of children that will be born type shit, their upbringing will be in that construct, even if you don't take in, a bi lady is this guy's like mom and like he has a stepdad or some shit. You'll never take in that construct or reverse or. That's why I just asked you if if you can spot a gay person in a family, just by looking at a family.
No, unless, you know what I'm saying, there are some people who are more flamboyant than others and more eccentric than others, of course. At which
Bro,
point,
the
yes,
most flamboyant
you
person,
know.
I'm not even talking shit.
But
The most flamboyant person I've ever seen is Buju Banton.
yo, what are you talking about?
You ever seen how happy Buju Banton is, fam?
Okay.
That type of flamboyant energy is the type of flamboyant energy a male should carry type thing. That's what I think. Because it's that happy energy.
Okay, could you pause? Could you just stop? Just stop, okay? Now let me say what the fuck I gotta say now. We live in a society where freedom of expression is a thing. You know what I'm saying? Individuality and to be able to express your individuality is a thing. Your choices are for you. And there is no room in our society for people who shame people for making the choices in their life that make them happy. And that's a fact. You know what I'm saying? So the society that we've grown up in is a society that enables kids to make certain decisions and certain choices based off of certain things. You know what I'm saying? However, my personal perspective is that sexuality shouldn't be put onto kids or in the mind of kids until they're of a certain age. You know what I'm saying? My 10-year-old shouldn't have certain sexual understandings. You know what I'm saying? However, my 13-year-old and my 14-year-old should. You know what I mean? So I feel like there's a threshold to where it is that kids should have these understandings and have these things even put in their mind. However, the society that we live in is a sex-based culture, and sex is the most prominent selling thing. So it's hard to avoid having children run into a lot of these sexually oriented aspects of life. Okay? Now, we need to, as a society, be accepting of the choices that everybody wants to make. You know what I'm saying? And we can't sit here and say, oh, we need to teach our kids to be more firm in their understanding that they you know what I'm saying? There are people who have situations that they're born with that they can't change. You know what I'm saying? And there are people who feel how they feel. You know what I'm saying? And there's nothing that you can do about that. And it's wrong to force somebody to try to be otherwise. It's wrong for somebody to come into your situation and say you can't love the person that you love. That's for you. That's not for them. That's for you to love that person. You know what I'm saying? So we as a society need to teach people to, yes, understand who it is that they are, and and accept who it is that they are. You know what I'm saying? And be able to communicate to whoever else out there in the world who it is that they are, and know that whether or not that they accept them, it's still okay for them to be who they are. That's what needs to be communicated overall. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I feel on that topic and that subject. And we are stepping away from that. Yo, I wanted to have a conversation about the vaccine passports and how it is that this would affect society. And I wanted to talk about the levels at which we are looking at the reintroduction of segregation into our society. You know what I'm saying? Because there's going to be people who, by their own choice, don't want to take this vaccine. There's going to be people who, by choice of religion, don't want to take the vaccine.
By choice, I just need to find a proper Pfizer distributor. Somebody holler at me.
And
Distributor.
And that's all to you. That's your choice to do that, of course. You know what I'm saying? And there's going to be people who are making choices. However, I had this conversation on my Instagram live the other day, and I decided to take it down because usually when I post my Instagram lives, people see them It get likes, it gets responses. For some reason, I posted this live. It didn't get any likes, didn't get any responses. So we try to stay away from certain things. Anyways, I'm gonna say this now. JT, your boy, that you were just talking about, went on live or was on at his pep rally, talking shit about the anti-vaxxers and talking shit about the people out there who don't want to get the vaccine, and he's sitting there saying that, oh, we need to have these passports in place because these people are causing or are the ones.
Or,
No, they're the ones who are bringing not bringing harm, but like he's essentially saying like, oh, these people are a danger to our kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you anti-vaxxers are a danger to our children, so you guys should blah 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 whatever.
Because the kids technically don't have antibodies.
Don't say that it makes sense, because check this out now. All right, this is a form of segregation now. Okay, you can't go out into the world and just openly say these things and encourage and influence the masses to feel like they can just go about the place and say these things openly to people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand.
Chill with the...
Yeah, I just caught myself.
Yeah. You can't go out there and have people openly sitting there and being like, oh, are you vaccinated? You know what I'm saying? Because you can't go and ask nobody that. And then when you see somebody or you're going somewhere with somebody and they don't have no passport, you know what I'm saying? You're going to have people treating them away. This is a segregation that we're looking at. This is a segregation, and it's not a segregation of skin, it's a segregation of choice. You're segregating, like, this is a thing to where you're looking at segregating society for the choices that people are making, and you're inciting rage behind it by telling people that this person is making, or this group of people is making your kids unsafe. That's inciting rage, bro. You're telling me somebody's making my kid unsafe? I'm getting angry. Oh shit, my kid's not safe? Who the fuck is not making my kid safe? Who the fuck is it? Who the fuck is it? At that point, my kid is unsafe. I need to defend my kid.
Facts.
So what is that inciting? That's inciting rage. That's inciting distrust.
Material drive.
It has nothing to do with material, because it's not material.
No, material, as in fraternal drive. It's the opposite of paternal.
You're talking about maternal.
Well, maternal is the mother aspect.
So you mean paternal?
Yeah.
Yeah, but like, yo, that's inciting rage and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And like, you can't do that, because that's gonna incite civil war. That's gonna incite civil unrest. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be problematic when time comes for people to actually have to make a choice. You know what I'm saying? Look at what happened when a whole group of people decided to turn around and stand up.
I'm trying to get that vaccine, so ain't no civil war, ain't no choice. I'm getting that motherfucker.
Okay, but that's your choice to do that. But what's going to happen when you've chosen to do that, okay, and then there's the group of people who have chosen not to do that? You know what I'm saying? And now people are trying to be forced in certain ways, or stopped from doing this or stopped from doing that or the other. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's gonna. I don't even know how to properly explain it right now, because like, it's gonna cause a scene. It's gonna be a scene. Look at what happened when motherfuckers decided that they wanted Donald Trump to stay in office. This is the power of people. You know what I'm saying? This is the power of people, and this is the power of what people do. It's that white shirt you're wearing. Reflective.
My thoughts on the coronavirus vaccine though is like, if you're actually sick, take it. If you have symptoms, take it. If you feel like you're not sick, don't take it. That's just it with me. Why I say, if I feel like I need it, I'm gonna take that shit.
It is what it is. But the thing about the vaccine is something that you're supposed to take before you get it, so that you don't get harmed by getting it. But then you take it. I just want to know how many vaccines mans are gonna have to take. That's all I know.
They say you take 2 and you're clear.
But no, it's not about taking 2 and you're clear. You're taking 2 shots for the COVID-19 vaccine. Okay. So what happens now when it comes to the
variants?
The variants?
I don't know when it comes to the variants, to be honest.
So like, there's gonna need to be more vaccines for all the variants. So how many times does mans need to get poked? Is that why we need the passport? Because you guys know, like, hey, because like when you what do you need a passport for?
To travel.
To travel to different countries, and when you go to different countries, you get stamped, right? Okay, so like, is that why we need the vaccine passport, so that you can get the different vaccines?
No, not necessarily. But
I think so.
When you go to another country, they know you got the vaccine in your country.
Okay, but the vaccine for what though?
The vaccine for coronavirus and the variants. Like,
so how many variants? Because I swear they just found another variant. And how many times is the coronavirus going to evolve based off of people taking this vaccine?
Who knows?
Because now they have the coronavirus Delta variant, and then they have the people who have... But hold on. They have the coronavirus Delta variant, then they have the people who have the coronavirus vaccine, and then they catch the Delta variant, and now the Delta variant already has...
the capabilities to fight the actual vaccines for the
actual vaccine for the coronavirus. So now, hasn't this virus now then evolved?
Pretty much, I guess. But they haven't flat out said that, but I guess it
so when you spread this Delta variant around now, what the fuck is gonna happen?
Who knows?
Okay, but I'm pretty sure that the Delta variant isn't the only one.
No. They even said there's a Scandinavian one.
There's a Scandinavian one. There's a next Austrian one. There's an African variant, or whatever the case may be. There's one. There's. This just keeps going because, and as far as I'm concerned, I swear that the COVID-19 was a SARS variant in the first place.
I'm not sure.
I'm pretty sure that it's a
not
SARS.
SARS.
Yes, it's a SARS variant.
It's not SARS. It's Ebola. It's an Ebola variant, and they found it frozen. I think they said frozen in ice somewhere.
Stop this nonsense.
It's a variant of Ebola. It's literally like a zombie virus, but a cognizant zombie virus. Air virus. That's why it's in the air. It's not like something that's just like living in your body.
Stop this. Find this information right now. Find this information right now. Yeah, see, it is a SARS variant. It's SARS-CoV-2. That's COVID-19. That's a type of coronavirus.
Dig into that more.
Don't dig into that more. That's the end of that conversation right there. The fuck you mean? Next. The fuck you mean? Took me 10 seconds to figure that out real quick. Anyways, yeah. Oh, fuck that sound. Fuck all that moving around. Yeah, we've been doing this for a little bit. We've had an interesting conversation. And we're going to have to edit this a bit. But we've had fun. This has been the Glass House Podcast. I've been your host, Connoisseur Ghost, and Mr. IDW Christopher. Peace. Follow all the things. You know what it is.